Hi, I'm Christina, and this is a book review of The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams. So, this is a historical fiction novel and it was published in 2020. I first heard about it when it was shortlisted for the Goodreads Choice Awards 2021 for the Best Historical Fiction. Now, this is her debut novel and I thought it was absolutely wonderful. The story spans a century and it starts in the February of 1886 in Oxford, and we meet our main character Esme as she is a young girl approaching her 6th birthday. So Esme is an only child and she lives with her father. Her mother passed away when she was very young. Her father is a lexicographer and he's one of the people working on compiling the Oxford English Dictionary. Much like her father, Esme is fascinated by words and she's surrounded by words and the composition of the dictionary for all of her childhood and much of her adult life. Her father is obviously a very important person in her life, and the other important person is Lizzie. Lizzie is the maid who works for the editor of the dictionary, and it's also her job to care for Esme when she is little. For much of Esme's life, Lizzie is her only real friend. Sometimes though, Esme stays in the scriptorium with her father and the other lexicographers, and her place is sitting underneath the sorting table watching the men's feet. One day, a small slip of paper carrying the word bondmaid flutters down to her and Esme takes it. And this marks the start of her infatuation with words, and this becomes a lifelong passion for her, and this is when she starts to make the Dictionary of Lost Words. We follow Esme as a character over the course of decades, and we see her friendships and relationships, her interests and her passions, and her sorrows and disappointments. And we really spend a lot of time with Esme. You feel very, very attached to her as a person, just because we've seen her grow up from a small child of 5 and then all the way through to her adult life. This story is really about family and found family and friendships and love, and oftentimes it's about grief. In terms of history, this story spends some time focusing on the suffragettes and the movement and Esme's part in all of that. And towards the end of the book, we reach the year of 1914, so some time is spent on World War I as well. It is a very moving story and it brought me to tears quite a few times, and it's actually quite rare for a book to make me cry, so I thought it was a very impactful read in terms of emotions. I was very, very connected to Esme as a character, like I said, and I was also very connected to her father and Lizzie too. All of the characters in this book genuinely felt like real people, and it was so easy to connect to them all as people and just watch them over the course of their lifetimes. So I thought it was absolutely wonderful. It is definitely a 5-star read for me, and it is now actually one of my favourite historical fiction novels of all time. I haven't read that many historical fiction novels. It is quite a new to me genre, but out of the ones I've read, this is definitely up there as one of the best. I thought it was absolutely wonderful and I would highly recommend this book. This story was unlike anything I've ever read before, and I thought the story itself was rather unique. I absolutely love words and I love linguistics, and I definitely think this is a story for people who love language because it is so well done. And I think it is quite rare for a book to have such a large focus on words and language and dictionary, so I thought that was really nice. I also love that she's mixed history with fiction here. So the word bondmaid was in fact missing from the first edition of the Oxford English Dictionary, and that's what inspired her to write this story. And some of the characters in this book are based on real people too, and I just love the way that she's mixed actual history with fiction. I think she's done it really well, and she's given a real genuine story to this thing that actually happened, and I thought it was really good. I will just say that about a third of the way through the book, it became a little bit slow and I was a little bit bored, and I just kind of wasn't as interested in it. But then towards the middle half, I was completely immersed in the story again and it hooked me right back in. So because of that, I was thinking of lowering my star rating a little bit, but once I'd finished the book and after wiping the tears off my face quite a few times, I thought, no, I can't rate this any lower than a 5-star. Even though it was a little bit slow at some places, it completely drew me back in, and yeah, I can't rate it any lower than a 5-star because I was so emotional about it. It made me cry so many times, so I couldn't possibly give it less than a 5-star. So yeah, I would highly recommend you read this one. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what she writes next. This is obviously her debut novel, and I'll definitely be picking up her second book. I'd love to see where she's going to go as an author. So yeah, I thought it was excellent. If you have read this book, definitely let me know your thoughts on it. I would love to chat to you about it in the comments down below. So thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you liked it, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more of me talking about books. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.